Today we are busting the most common dog myths and misconceptions out there. Some of them might just surprise you, like dogs can only see in black and white, or when a dog's licking you, they are kissing you, and dogs only eat grass because they are sick. Keep it here if you want to learn the truth about these myths and several others. Let's get into it. How many of you have heard this one? Dogs are colorblind. They can only see in black and white. This myth has been around for ages, and it's totally false. The truth is, dogs do see color, just not in the same way we do. Humans have 3 types of color receptors in our eyes, called cones, allowing us to see a wide range of colors. Dogs, on the other hand, have only 2 types of cones, which means their color vision is more limited. Dogs can see shades of blue and yellow pretty well, but they struggle with reds and greens, which may appear as shades of gray or brown. So, while they don't see the world in black and white, their color vision is more like living in a muted Instagram filter. So, next time you throw that bright red ball for your dog, remember, they probably see it a little differently than you do. Myth number 2 might seem pretty surprising. A wagging tail always means a dog is happy. While it's true that dogs wag their tails when they're excited, it's not always a sign of happiness. Tail wagging is actually a form of communication. Dogs use their tails to convey all sorts of emotions, and different types of wags can mean different things. For example, a loose, relaxed wag might indicate that your dog is happy or playful, but a stiff, high tail wag could mean your dog is feeling tense, anxious, or even aggressive. So when you see a wagging tail, don't assume the dog is in a good mood. It's important to pay attention to the context, the dog's body language, and the type of wag. Remember, tails don't lie, but they tell a much more complicated story than just "I'm happy." All right, here's a classic. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I don't know who started this myth, but I'm here to tell you it's complete nonsense. Dogs of all ages can learn new tricks. It just takes patience and the right training methods. In fact, older dogs might even have an advantage because they've already learned how to learn. They may be more focused than a hyperactive puppy, and with some positive reinforcement, they can pick up new skills quickly. Training a dog, no matter their age, is all about consistency, positive reinforcement, and building trust. So, if you've got an older dog, don't hesitate to teach them something new. They're definitely capable of learning, whether it's a fun trick or just some good old-fashioned manners. Here's a weird one that I hear all the time. Dogs only eat grass when they're feeling sick. Have you ever heard that one? While it's true that some dogs might eat grass to help them vomit if they have an upset stomach, that's not the only reason dogs munch on the green stuff. Most dogs just like the taste of grass. Grass is actually pretty harmless for most dogs, and some even enjoy it as a little snack. The real issue only comes if they start eating a lot of it, or if the grass has been treated with chemicals. So, if your dog occasionally nibbles on grass, don't worry too much. It doesn't necessarily mean they're feeling sick. Okay, this next myth is one that can get people in trouble. All dogs love to be petted. It's tempting to assume that every dog wants to be your best friend. But just like people, dogs have different personalities and comfort levels. Some dogs absolutely love being petted, but others might be nervous, shy, or just not in the mood. It's always important to read a dog's body language before approaching them. Look for signs that they're comfortable, like a relaxed posture, a wagging tail, or them coming to you on their own. And remember, if a dog is showing signs of stress, like a tucked tail, flattened ears, or avoiding eye contact, it's best to give them some space. Not all dogs are going to be thrilled by your affection. All right, this one is just wrong. Dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans' mouths. Dogs' mouths are not cleaner than ours. In fact, their mouths are full of bacteria, just like ours. But dogs also use their mouths for things we don't, like digging through the dirt or licking themselves. So, yeah, their mouths aren't exactly sanitary. That said, most of the bacteria in a dog's mouth isn't harmful to humans. It's not necessarily dangerous, but it's definitely not clean. So, think twice before you let your dog lick your face next time. Now let's tackle one more myth that's been around for ages, the idea that 1 human year is equal to 7 dog years. A lot of people believe this, but it's actually a simplification. Dogs age much more rapidly in their first 2 years of life. For instance, a 1-year-old dog is more like a teenager in human years, and by the time they're 2, they're closer to a young adult. After those first couple of years, the rate of aging varies significantly by breed and size. Generally, smaller dogs tend to live longer and age more slowly compared to their larger counterparts. So, while the 1 year equals 7 dog years rule is easy to remember, it doesn't quite capture the complexities of canine aging. Next time you're trying to figure out how old your dog is in human years, remember to consider their breed and size for a more accurate estimate. All right, now let's wrap things up with one of the most common myths out there. When dogs lick you, they're kissing you. I know. Everyone loves the idea that dog licks are the canine version of kisses. But it's time to face the truth. Dogs lick for a variety of reasons. Sure, it can be a sign of affection, but it's not the same as a human kiss. Dogs lick to communicate. They might be saying, "I want attention," or even "I'm a bit stressed out." It's also a behavior they've inherited from their wild ancestors. Wolves, for example, lick their pack leaders to show submission. But here's something super interesting. When dogs are puppies, they lick their mother's mouths to encourage her to regurgitate food for them. This is a natural behavior in wild canines. So when a dog licks your face or around your mouth, they might be tapping into that instinctual puppy behavior. Basically, they're saying, "Hey, I'm hungry. Please regurgitate me some food." It's less about love and more about an ancient survival technique they've carried over from their wild ancestors. While we'd all like to believe that every dog lick is a sign of affection, it's not always about giving kisses. Sometimes they're just reverting to behaviors they learned as puppies, or they might simply enjoy the taste of salt on your skin. Now, don't get me wrong. Dogs do show affection in all kinds of ways, and licking can definitely be part of that. But the next time your dog gives you a big slobbery kiss, just remember, they might be trying to love you, or they might just be hoping for a treat. Hopefully, we've busted a few misconceptions and given you a better understanding of your furry friend. If you learned something new today, or if you know of any other dog myths we didn't include, let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our next myth-busting adventure. Whether it's dogs, cats, or even some of the more exotic creatures out there, we've got plenty more myths to tackle in future episodes. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Until next time, keep loving your pets and keep learning about them too.